approximately 50 days left for your preparations, that is preparations for your Icse Class 10 Board Examination 2020. And the question is, how do I do it? For all those students who have not even started the preparations, so what to do at this particular time? So we are going to discuss that in this video, that is master plan for Icse Class 10 Board Examination 2020. So do watch this video till the end, and if you find this video helpful, then do not forget to like and do share this video with your friends. So let us begin. First of all, for all those students who have the entire syllabus left for your board examinations, telling you that it is not impossible to study and get good marks at this particular time also, if you start and if you study with full concentration, and if you really want to score good marks in your board examinations, and if you give your full efforts, you study with full efforts, and if you struggle and do lots of hard work, time is still there. You have 50 days. This is on an average, but if you calculate right from today onwards, if you calculate, then you have approximately 60 to 62 days left. But mind you, the last week that is there before your examinations, prior to your board examination is starting from 27th. So before that, if you leave 1 week, means prior to your board examination, if you leave 1 week and if you calculate, then you have approximately 50 days to 52 days left for your preparations. And friends, mind you, whatever time that you are left with, this is not the time to waste, and this is the time now your backflow, that is back counting, has been started. And friends, at this particular time, every day you have to start solving at least 2 to 3 sample papers, or you can also go through the questions that are there in the past 10 years board papers. So you have to solve at least 2 question papers every day from 2 different subjects, or you can also extend it to 3, because the time duration that you have in your hands, it is very limited. And while you are preparing for your board examination, one thing that you have to keep in mind is that please do not think of leaving any of the chapters, because mind you cannot be taking risk. All chapters are important, and questions are asked from all the chapters. So what you have to do, you don't, except for geography, for instance, for geography you have to study any 5 chapters properly for your board examinations, including your topographical maps and also from your map pointing and topography. So this is important. But for other subjects, you have to study the entire, whatever chapters are there, you cannot be leaving any of the chapters. All the chapters are important for your board examination, because the questions, it is asked from all the chapters. So you have to study all the chapters. You cannot be leaving any of the chapters. Yes, you can be leaving some of the topics which are there, and you have to focus from all the chapters. You have to focus the main part, the main topics which are asked mostly in your board examination, which is repeated, the questions from which is repeated every year in your board examination. You have to focus on that, but you cannot be leaving, you cannot be thinking of leaving the chapters, because all chapters are important. You cannot be blank. For instance, if you have covered the entire syllabus, maybe you have left some of the things, but if you have studied the major parts from all the chapters, so whatever the question is asked, you will be able to answer that. Even if you are not able to answer the questions, you will have some idea out of which you can make your answers and write, or it can be one way or the other beneficial for you. But if you think of leaving an entire chapter, or maybe 2 chapters you have left, so if the question is asked from there, you will not be able to answer that, and since you have not even touched that chapter, you will be completely blank. Even if you find a chapter difficult, please do not leave it completely. You have to study at least the major parts, at least the important topics, which is repeated most of the time in your board examination. You have to study that properly. And friends, for subjects like mathematics and history, you have to do it regularly, on regular basis. You cannot be leaving it. You have to practice maths at least 1 hour every day. Now why 1 hour? Because you have other subjects as well. You have 10 subjects overall to study. For your preparations, you have 10 subjects. So you have to study, you have to practice mathematics at least for 1 hour every day, and history also at least for 1 hour. You have to study history every day. Revision in history, it is very much mandatory, it is important. And if you don't revise on regular basis, no matter whatever you try to do, but if you don't revise history, then you are going to forget everything, and it will be of no use wasting time in mugging up the answers and again forgetting it. So it is always better to revise history every day, and every day try to wake up early in the morning and study, because mind you, the subjects in which you have to memorize, as I always say, it is always better to sit with those subjects in the morning and study those subjects in which you have to mug up, you have to memorize, so you can memorize faster in the morning. So always go for subjects like history in the morning, and biology also. For some of the technical terms in biology, you have to mug up. So for that, you have to study history, subjects like history and biology in the morning, because morning is the best time to study those subjects. Friends, last but not the least, but it is important to prepare a timetable for yourself at this particular time. And no matter now, whatever time duration that you have for your board examination preparations, you have to complete your entire syllabus. So accordingly, you have to frame a timetable for yourself, and you have to follow it strictly, regularly. You have to follow it so that you are able to achieve your goals, and you know what are the chapters that you have to do. you know the syllabus, and at the same time you know what are the chapters you have to complete in what particular duration of time, you know it. Prepare a timetable for yourself and follow it strictly, and at the same time make sure that you frame your timetable in such a way that whatever target you have set, you are able to achieve it. For instance, in 2 hours, if you think that 4 chapters or 3 chapters you are going to complete, so this is not possible. So you have to frame a timetable for yourself accordingly. And friends, this last 50 to 60 days preparation time that you have in your hands, if you utilize it wisely, if you act wisely at this particular moment, this is going to give you good percentage, good score in your board examination. So you have to study with entire concentration level, you have to study with full concentration level, and always be self-motivating. Nobody else is going to motivate you to study. So friends, this was the video. That's all for today. And besides this, if you have any doubts or queries related to your board examination, so you can write to us in the comment section. So friends, this was the video. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. And if you like this video, then please do give the thumbs up button and subscribe our channel, Mastermind.